Currently there's a lot of noise on the planet, so why don't we have a look at suppressors? So went to the range with Paulo, former military and performance shooter, and Chris, a student of his, who is pretty new to all that stuff.
Hello everyone, so today we're going to talk about suppressors. I'm not even going to discuss if you need one, we're not going there today, but we're going to discuss three different types of suppressors. So two of them are Swiss, very cool, so they work. So this is the Acheron, it's the old school suppressor, so this is milled and it's not a flow through. It will have disadvantages and advantages, we'll talk about that later. This is from a company called Silent Steel. This is the compact streamer. It's a flow-through suppressor, but not 3D printed. So it's milled just like this one. One of the great advantages of this suppressor is that actually you can remove the internals. And this is great not only to clean, as you can see, you can clean it, there you go, but also, so this guy is a normal suppressor, this guy is a flow-through suppressor. They will die like this. He will always be a flow-through, he will always be a normal suppressor. In the Silent Steel one, you can basically change this. This is now flow-through mode. You can just buy the normal suppressor mode, do the same stuff, and you basically have two in one. Also super easy to clean, it's the easiest to clean. Finally, we have the B&T, so Swiss brand, as you know. This one is a bit special, my goodness. This is 3D printed titanium. There are a lot of 3D printed suppressors, including from 6 Hour and other brands. They are usually Inconel, extremely heat resistant. This one is titanium, and my goodness, this weighs as much as an empty toilet paper roll. You know, the what you're left in the end? This is actually quite amazing. So we're going to test them, see which one is best at doing sound suppression, which one is better at doing flash suppression, which one is better at doing recoil mitigation, which one blows more gas on your face, and so on and so forth. So I hope you enjoy this cool journey we're on, and in the end we'll have the final words. Something special that usually it's not done. We're gonna have a new shooter. I mean, when I say new, Chris just bought his first AR 1 month ago, so he doesn't have a lot of experience. So he will have, I would say, even more honest inputs, because ultimately for me, I will still shoot them okay, because I'm at a different level. But from a new shooter perspective, you will point the finger immediately when, oh, this one, it's too heavy, or this one just blows too much stuff on my face, and so on and so forth. So I really appreciate this honest opinion, because it will be closer to your own honest opinion. So this is Chris. Chris, you're a new rifle shooter. You bought your first AR like 1 month ago, something like that. Okay, so just by looking at them, what is your impression? It's big and chunky, right?
Yeah.
But it's not...
No, this one is the heaviest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be, right?
Yeah, it shouldn't
that's the magic of 3D printing, especially titanium. So we will do a bunch of testing, and I just want your honest opinion. And at the end of the shooting, I will ask you some questions, and you're just going to go like, okay, this one does this for me or doesn't do that for me. Very simple stuff. So I will just quickly explain the differences between the three weapon systems. None of these weapons have like 12 regulations for the gas settings. They have basically, the ones that have, it's basically suppress and suppress, so they will be in suppressed mode. To be honest, in a 5.56, very rarely a rifle has a suppressed mode. It's just a bit less gas and a lot more gas if there is like some issue on the cycling. So I call it cleaning mode. So anyway, this is the 6 Hour LT. This is the 6 Hour M400. Important that both of them are running, in this case, it's a bird cage, and that's a flash hider. So they're not doing anything for the suppression. This is one of my favorite. It's the 6 Hour MCX Spear LT. This is a piston rifle, not direct impingement. Yeah, it's mine, so I love it. Here we have the known 6-hour M400 Pro. I seriously recommend this gun because it's not too expensive, it's super light, and it accepts basically everything that the modern AR-15 accepts. So yeah, always a winner. So this is the B&T APC 223, a Swiss brand. So here we're fully at home. Swiss suppressor as well. This is a gas piston, so you can choose the settings, suppressed, unsuppressed. Quite a nice rifle. Okay, let's go. So basically the first test I'm going to do is recoil mitigation. As you know, some suppressors actually help you cheat a bit. They work a bit for you. So this is what I'm going to compare. So I'm going to shoot each rifle a couple of times, then I put the suppressor on, and then I will convey what I feel. So here's unsuppressed 6-hour. Okay, now I will install the suppressor. This is how easy it is. Done. Let's go again. Gas on my face. Solid steel before we went with the Acheron. This is a flow-through suppressor. So first I'm going to shoot some rounds unsuppressed and then some rounds suppressed. See if it helps with recoil mitigation. Okay. So this is how easy it is to do. This is like idiot proof. There are no knobs or anything. You just rotate until it stops rotating. That's it. So here we go again. Suppressed mode. Yeah. Cheat code. It's actually excellent. I'm quite impressed. So silent steel wins against the Acheron in the recoil mitigation. It's actually doing something for me. Wow, I'm quite impressed actually. Okay, let's go for the B&T 3D printed titanium. So this is the B&T unsuppressed. Okay, I mean this already has a muzzle brake, so it's yeah. So now with the 3D printed suppressor in suppressor mode. Yeah, two things I noticed. So it's titanium, so it has these white sparks, and it does help with recoil. It does help with recoil, but I don't think as much as the solid steel. So this is my review. So on the recoil mitigation, third place Acheron, second place the B&T, and first place it's the solid steel.
Okay, my opinion is without suppressor, the recoil is different. With suppressor, it's much smoother. Well, the gas is different. With the suppressor, you have more gas in your face, but that's okay. So far, it's the best. Has less recoil and it's very smooth.
go.
So this gun or this weapon without suppressor is very hard. The recoil is very tough, but with the silencer it's smooth. It's great. It's okay. You can use it.
So for me, the best one by far, silent steel. It's almost like a cheat code. How about you?
I agree. Totally. It's very smooth. It feels good. It's yeah.
So we can say that number 2 is the B&T.
Yeah.
And this one basically doesn't do much for us.
Yeah.
So we have to work harder on that one,
exactly.
much less with this one.
Yeah.
So, in the name of science, we will shoot these 3 suppressed rifles without ear protection, so nothing. Don't do this at home. I have a guess that the Acheron will be the less loud because it's a closed system. It's not flow through. But, well, me and Chris will tell you guys about it. So, ready? So before we had the LT with the Acheron, now we have the M400 6-hour with the flow-through from Silent Steel. I guess this one will be louder than before. We're gonna check. 2 shots.
Yes.
Louder.
It's louder.
So finally, the APC with the B&T suppressor, 3D printed titanium. Let's see. 2 shots. I would say, I don't know if you agree with me, the best in sound suppression by far, the Acheron.
I agree.
Then
It's tricky.
it's
This
tricky.
one
They are quite. I would say this number 2,
Yeah.
and the loudest number 3.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. You know why? Because the one we enjoyed the most shooting suppressed, meaning had more recoil mitigation, was the silent steel. If it has more recoil mitigation, means more gases are going through. This means it's the loudest.
Oh, that's.
Do you agree?
Yeah. I agree.
So now we're going to do the gas flow-through test. So basically, how much gas I'm going to receive in my face. This is quite important, especially if you're shooting in an indoor range. Now a power tip for you. How to choose an indoor range. Very simple. One metric. If you go home smelling like gunpowder, that's a shitty range. If you go home and it's not even like you were shooting, that's a good range because the air extraction system is working really well. So I'm actually smelling quite a lot of gunpowder, so you have your answer. So now, I want you to take a quick look at this phenomenon that I'm about to explain. So this is a new mag, new rounds, and I will do just like a couple of shots, 5 shots, and things are going to look a bit different. Let's see. So as you can see, they don't look the same. I received quite a lot of gas. As these glasses are like normal, there is gas flow through. I can imagine if I shoot like 10 shots in a burst, eventually I have to close my eyes. So this is typical in a normal, let's say, suppressor. It's not a flow through. I'll just do a couple more. Yeah, as you can see, it affects my eyes. So now let's check. So this is the Acheron. Now let's check the silent steel. So this is a SIG M400 with the silent steel. Yeah. I could shoot this all day. I smell it. I smell a bit of gunpowder, but it's just gone. So it doesn't even touch my eyes. So yeah, so far this is impressive. Now we have the B&T 556 APC plus the 3D printed. Damn, this thing is light. It's like I don't have a suppressor. Let's see regarding gas. Actually, I'm surprised. For me, it has even less gas than the silent steel. Wow. Impressive. So for me, it wins.
So I wouldn't recommend this for indoor shooting. It's bothering my eyes. A lot of gas in my face. It's bad. So it's less gas. It's indoor proofed. It's smooth. It's great. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, I would buy it. Yeah, this one I really like. Yeah, it's less gas than the silent steel. So I would recommend it. And yeah, it's a great one.
So in my opinion, the least gassy, meaning the best indoor range approved, is the B&T. Do you agree?
Yeah, of course, I agree.
So no shit on your eyes.
No,
Nice.
not even.
Then you also placed the silent steel in second place.
Yeah.
Okay, so finally, yeah, the Acheron. The Acheron, as you saw, it made the bullets so dirty and the internals so dirty. Honestly, I would only use it if I was a professional. When I say professional means I do my hit or whatever I need to do. It's part of my job. And then when I come back to you know, wherever I do my maintenance, I will have to clean all of this and then get ready to go on another hit. I would even say for the Acheron, I would recommend rifles that don't tend to jam. So piston rifles, honestly, something like LMT Defense, because they are extremely overgassed. Because they're overgassed, they will cycle a lot. So it's not going to be such a big issue. But eventually you have to clean it, because even such a rifle, I mean, even the LT, I can put it on the plus setting, more gas, it will cycle. But then I will really have to clean it. Otherwise, it will just stop working altogether. So this is a high maintenance suppressor. You cannot go to the range, do some shooting, leave it at home, do again some shooting, go at home. No, because it eventually it will stop working and you will need some serious cleaning. When I say serious cleaning, you will have to strip this whole thing open. So that's that. So finally we go for the flash reduction. I mean, these are suppressors. It's part of their job. I have a feeling that the Acheron, as a true suppressor, not a flow-through, will win this one as well. So let's see how it goes. 3 shots. Lower the lights. So now we have the 6-hour. Let's see how it goes with the silent steel. So this one, I'm actually quite surprised because it's a flow-through suppressor. And as you saw, the silent steel doesn't produce a lot of sparks. They would even produce less sparks if they had muzzle brakes, because just like I said, they would act as extra baffles. But honestly, guys, if you want maximum suppression, you need to go with a larger barrel, like 16-inch. So finally, we have the B&T. Remember, this is 3D printed titanium. This means you will probably see these white sparks. They tend to go away after, let's say, 2,000 rounds. But this is brand new. This is the first time I'm shooting it. So let's see how it goes. 3 shots, lower the lights. Burst of 3. So this is by far, for me, on my point of view, my perspective of shooter, the one that produced the more sparks. I was expecting that. I'm curious how it will be after 2,000 rounds. So for me, on the shooter's perspective, the silent steel had less sparks. Actually, I didn't see any. Then it was the Acheron, very little sparks. And then the one with most sparks was the B&T 3D printed titanium. What is your opinion? Because you saw it from the side.
Yeah, I wasn't shooting, I was beside. I would say the last flash or sparking was this one, the first gun.
The least?
The least.
Okay.
And then there was the second one, at least. At least this one was the most flash.
Okay, so if you wanted to keep stealthy, doing whatever job you need to do, that probably wouldn't be the one you would choose at night.
Yeah.
with night vision and stuff. Okay, good to know. So finally, we get to go to a conclusion. So we start with recoil mitigation. For me, recoil mitigation, 3, 2, 1. This is by far this is a cheat code. This will help you shooting. So I would almost say, as an instructor, don't buy this one because it will help you way too much. Then this is doing the work for you. The others, you have to work for it. This one is actually fantastic.
I agree totally. I would buy this one as well. This one is far good. It's
For the recoil mitigation. Yeah. So we already talked about the flash mitigation. So we have a tie basically between one, because I saw less, but you saw a bit more. So we can say 1 for the Acheron flash mitigation, which makes sense. It's a closed suppressor. Then number 2, the silent steel, and most sparks the B&T 3D printed titanium.
Exactly.
We agree on this?
Yeah, I agree. Exactly.
Okay, so finally, sound mitigation. For me, by far, this one was this. You can actually use it in an indoor range, but with the compromise that everybody also has one of these. Because if not, we have a problem. Because this was by far the quietest. Do you agree?
I agree.
Then was the B&T. So louder than this one, but not as loud as the silent steel. Do you agree on that?
I wouldn't say that.
So for you, this is number 2 and number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, number 2 and number 3, but ultimately it doesn't matter because what matters is actually who does the job the best. It's the Acheron by far. Finally, which was the one that got more stuff on your face? That really, you couldn't use it in an indoor range?
What's this one?
The one that you could use better. So the one that you would recommend. So less gas on your face.
Less gas than this one.
This one.
Yeah.
So the silent steel, less gas on your face. I agree. It's it's actually quite incredible. I thought it was. I mean, I didn't even smell the gunpowder. Some magic is going on. So then we go to the B&T. So still safe to use. Not a lot of shit on your face. We don't have to close our eyes. Do you agree?
Yeah.
And finally, the one that you just cannot use it on an indoor range. The Acheron, which makes sense because it's a closed.
This one is good for outdoor, but
for outdoor.
No indoor.
So this is basically the final conclusion. We agree for outdoor, basically mission ready, because it has very low light and very little sound.
Yeah.
So this is the guy to go. The Acheron, it's what we would call for duty usage.
Yes.
So if you're part of a professional team, CQB, stuff like that, this would be the one.
Yeah.
Range toy, meaning less gas on my face and it helps me with the recoil, I would say silent steel.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we have the B&T. It's by far the lightest. And it does, basically, I would say it's the jack of all trades. It does more or less everything well.
Yeah.
Especially on the weight, it's fantastic. Has good recoil control, not too much sparks, very little shit on your face, and you can also use it indoors. So, jack of all trades, B&T.
Yeah.
Tier 1 special missions unit,
Yeah.
the Acheron.
Or tier 2.
Or tier 2 for professionals.
Yeah.
And finally, the range toy. I can cheat because it helps me so much. The silent steel.
Yeah.
Okay, we agree.
Great.
Good shooting.
I hope you liked the content. Let me know in the comments what topics you would like Paulo and me to cover. See you soon.